North Carolina, the course's maiden voyage as a stop on the PGA Tour. Here's 36-hole leader Francisco Molinari on the fourth.
Yeah, you can see how thick the rough was right there. Had the club face wide open. Difficult downwind chip shot, but he judges it perfectly to about 6 feet.
So Molinari for birdie.
You always like to cash in after a heroic flop shot, Trevor. He does it right there. Good putt.
Got him to 7 under. He was the co-leader at that time. Patrick Reed pitching to the par 3 15th.
Awkward lie downhill with the ball below his feet, face wide open, and slips that leading edge right under there. Takes a little bit of talent to pull that one off, George.
Talent I do not possess. Feathery touch. Reed at 6 under. He was 1 shot back. Here's Jon Rahm, his third par 5 12th.
This has been the easiest hole on the golf course at Eagle Point this week, the par 5 12. This is from 107 yards. You can see the trouble on the right. He judges it perfectly. Out of the rough, always tough to do to get your distance correct to 7 feet.
Rahm said this club working.
Just keeps that putter head so nice and low throughout the stroke. Beautiful putt.
So the Spaniard, 7 under, he was a co-leader. How about number 12 in the world, Alex Noren, trying to take his game stateside this week and making a little noise.
Well, no one in the field has hit as many greens as Alex Noren. He is leading the field in GIR. With swings like this, you see why. Perfectly judged distance from 149 yards to about 12 feet.
So Noren trying to cash it in and take the lead.
Interesting putting style. You can't quite see it from here, but he has his hands way forward, holds the angle, and it's the strength of his game, in my opinion.
So he was at 8 under at that time with a 1-shot advantage. Patrick Reed's approach to the par 4 17.
You can see there, George, set up to the right, just coming off the TV tower, trying to use the slope. Spins to the left, just like he drew it up. Beautiful wedge shot from 134. Reed going to make birdie.
So he was at 7 under, 1 back of Noren. Noren had this lengthy birdie try on 16.
From close to 50 feet, not really trying to make it up and over the hill, just trying to guess right with the speed, playing some extra break. Looks like it was on a pretty good line, just a little shy. So here he is now for the 2-putt, and that one was right all the way.
So he would drop a stroke there. He was at 7 under, co-leader, and guys, this is how you put the finishing touches on a solid 3rd round.
Yeah, pins way up front, left, bunker left, water right, just trying to thread the needle from 250 yards. And look at that golf shot from Patrick Reed. Has the irons absolutely dialed in, setting up a pretty makeable eagle attempt.
Reed trying to convert the eagle to finish up his Saturday.
Big breaker from the right here, and it's looking good. Oh, man.
The early rise. He gave the early rise, Trevor.
Never touched the money, George.
So he would birdie the last. He's got a 1-shot cushion as we check out the leaderboard in Wilmington, North Carolina. That 67 has Reed at 8 under par. A couple guys, and Jon Rahm and Alex Noren at 7. We see a handful of players also at 6 under par. After Reed fired that 5 under 67, he spoke with Todd Lewis.
A lot of great things happening in Patrick's life right now. His wife Justine expecting the couple's 2nd child later this year. I know you're excited about that. And you got an opportunity to win on the PGA Tour once again. Let's talk about today. What were your strengths?
No, really, yeah, I felt like I hit the ball pretty solid today. You know, really, I feel like the strength today is kind of the same it's been all week. My short game's been really solid. My chipping's been great, and I've been making putts. And you know, that's key around here, especially when it's blowing hard like this. You have to make your 4- and 5-footers, especially with how windy it is, because if you do that, then you just kind of keep the momentum going. And I was able to do that, and you know, I missed 1 today on 14, which the wind kind of killed my first putt, left it short. And you know, besides that, I felt like I've been putting great. Just need to keep it going.
Golf is hard, and I know you haven't had the season so far that you've wanted, but you're seeing tangible evidence that things are turning around. What have you found this week?
No, really, the only big change we actually made was actually in my putting. It's kind of different, more of kind of mindset. My stroke's great, and you know, that's not really the issue. I think the issue was I was getting too into the putt, reading it too much. You know, I was relying on my eyes, a green reading book, and Kessler's eyes, and you know, I was just burning edges. And anytime you're burning a bunch of edges and putting a lot, your scores aren't going to produce. So basically what I did this week is I'm just like, let's go back how you did in college. Just kind of read it, see it with your own eyes, go with your first instincts and knock it in. And, I kind of have, have my green ring book just for kind of, confirmation, really nothing. But, I use it more for kind of iron shots in the green, see how severe slopes are, and see if I can bring them back off of them or use them, etc. So, I mean, that's really just the biggest key this week.
Should be a fun Sunday. We'll see you tomorrow, Patrick.
Thanks, bud.